Yo guys, what the fuck is up? It's actually Mike Kanzi, and I know you guys haven't been getting the videos out or whatever, but it's alright. Every dog has his day, and I'm back, and we're gonna review right now the Ryan Meade Classic. This race was actually I think 2 weeks ago, so it was the 9th race of the season, and here we are. And right now we got Shag in first. We got Kanzi in 5th. This race was one of the rarest races ever. There was like no fucking cautions. As you see, according to the new rules now, this is lap 2. The new rules, the first lap of every race is a pace lap now. So we're just gonna say fuck filming that. As you see fucking King slam into Meade, his partner right there. Whatever. But yeah, so every race now, the first lap is going to be getting in the order, getting in qualifying order, and going around warming up the tires. Second lap, we're going this part of the track, the little fucking sugarcane or whatever. Fucking hell. As you saw me fucking nail the wall. And as we watch now, me coming around the corner. And in this race, Ryan and King definitely had the best cars. And I'm going to say I had the third best car. This track, I forget the name of the track, but definitely not one of my favorites. So I really didn't like the track at all. Mike 88, this race he had a broken wrist and he was playing, so that's why he's back there. But as you see here, King trying to pass Ryan, and he just got a little loose, hit the wall, and now it's a 3-car breakaway with Shag first, Ryan second, and King third. As they're coming around the corner here, and it looks like Ryan's gonna pull a little on King and Shag's gonna pull on both. As you see me at the top of the hill back there coming, I'm all by myself. Behind me is Amp Energy, which is Michael Waltrip, and as actually he just lost a spot to Sideways, as we go to that real quick. And you see what happened right there on the corner, how Amp kind of ran up on those rumble strips and stopped. Yeah, bad mood, cost him a lot of fucking ground and shit, so don't really know what happened there. And here's Mike 88 and Boogeyman racing it out. We got one fast Evo, who is back in 9th, who did not have a good handling car at all. As we're going to jump back up to the front here, because Shag's starting to have some competition, maybe not, so let's go back to Sideways, who just blew past fucking Amp because of the fucking rumble strip, and back up to the lead. As you see, King is nowhere to be found. Well, actually, they pulled away from him a little bit, and it's going to be Ryan and Shag for a little bit. As King's trying to catch back up, and Sideways past Kanzi, and Kanzi just passed Sideways back. As here's King here coming into the first corner, and here comes Kanzi and Sideways. So, RJ Motorsports running 4th, 5th, and 9th, and yeah. So as we watch Amp and Boogeyman go around the corner here, Boogeyman all over the fucking place, one fast Evo in the wall, and 88 just kind of clobbered the wall. As we go back up to first, Shag's going to have some competition with Ryan, and King is trying all he can to catch up. As Shag's car was his car was beast in the beginning. At the end, I don't know what happened to him there, but you know, whatever. As this was my favorite part of the track right here, coming down to the sugarcane right there. As Ryan is trying to catch him and King's trying to catch back up. As you see, fucking Kanzi and Sideways trying to work together or draft or whatever they can do to catch up. And here's back to fucking Amp, who's pretty far after that, as he slows down there and hits the wall. Not gonna help him, and Boogeyman's gonna catch him. As you see, one fast Evil got around 88, and for someone that's driving with 2 broken wrists, he's doing pretty good. So as we come back to Kanzi, as Sideways almost gets into him, but it's alright as we move up to King and Meade and Shag, who are just pulling away from the pack and pulling away from King. We're going to fast forward a bit to lap 12, pit stops. As on the first pit stops of the race, it's Shag and I think King are going to come down. As you see Shag right here, and King going into his pit, getting 4 tires and some gas, so is Shag. As Kanzi and Ryan stay out, and sideways. This track really ate tires, so once your tires went, you were not able to turn, and that kind of sucked here. As Shag didn't lose that much ground, he only fell from 1st to 4th, and King only fell from 2nd to 5th. As we go back up to Kanzi, who is pretty far behind Ryan, as you see him here coming to the sugarcane on one of the best parts of the track, I think. As he is about to lap, he's coming to lap traffic, as Kanzi's pretty far from him, as you see. That's a pretty big gap. And Sideways not too far behind Kanzi. And Amp is pretty far from anybody. One Fast Evo is almost practically a lap down. Mike 88 is just about a lap down. Boogeyman is a lap down. He actually pitted the lap before, that's why. As you see now, Ryan coming to his pit. As he has a nice comfortable lean. He pushes his fuel man out of the way. Don't know how the fuck that happened, but he's gonna come in, get 4 fresh tires, and he's ready off. So good pit stop by him and his crew, as Kanzi's gonna pass him and take the lead and lead the lap. But since Ryan was so far in the lead, it looks like he's gonna not lose that much ground, as Sideways just barely gets by him. Here, and behind them, I don't know. But Sideways now on way older tires than what Ryan is. As you see right there, Ryan's car is just able to stick to the ground like glue, and Ryan just passed him. And Sideways is going to give him a little love tap going into the corner, but that's about it. As now Kanzi's trying to pull away and lead some laps, but I think they're going to pit this lap, RJ Motorsports. So it looks like Ryan's going to come back for the lead. There's Shag in 4th and 5th. So pit stop's lap 15. Here we go. I think Kanzi's coming down as Ryan goes right past him. And Kanzi's going to come in for 4 fresh tires and some gas. As his pit crew goes to work. And it looks like actually Sideways stayed out. So as Kanzi falls from 1st to 5th. And we're going to see where One Fast Evo is, who is pretty far away from Kanzi. So it looks like the solid contenders in this race right now are Ryan, Shag, King, Sideways, and Kanzi. As Boogeyman, I think, is 2 laps down. Mike 88's 2 laps down. And I think Evo and Amp are 1 lap down. Or they could not be a lap down. It's one of them. But as you see, Amp right there doing some donuts. Don't know what he was thinking. But right in front of Boogeyman, I think, as 88's driving mad slow. And drifting the corner. But back to Kanzi as he's trying to catch Sideways, who has a pretty remarkable lead on him. But once again, Kanzi, Shag, and King, and Ryan all have fresher tires than Sideways, so Sideways will fall off the pace here shortly. As it looks so far, 16 laps in it looks like Ryan has the best car. As you see right here, he's just pulling away from King. And right behind King is Sideways is coming to make his pit stop on lap 16. But King has Shag and I think Amp behind him. Or it could be Evo. One of them. As here comes Kanzi to pass Sideways to reclaim 4th position on the track. Sideways getting his 4 fresh tires and some gas. And he'll be off as Kanzi goes around him to take 4th place with about 16-15 laps to go. Alright, we're going to jump forward again another couple laps, and lap 22 as more pit stops in the race. And this race just had a shitload of fucking pit stops. As you see Ryan coming down to make the pit, Shag has actually dropped back to 5th because he pitted, I think, a lap before Ryan here. And as you see, Ryan has a great fucking pit stop. King's just coming in the pit as Ryan's leaving. And it looks like Kanzi, I don't know where he is. We'll check in with that in a second. There he is. And King's gonna get 4 fresh tires and some gas. As Ryan just fucking pulls away. Kanzi stays out and goes past King. As there's Kanzi's car all marked up on the side. And here comes sideways. Can he pass King before King gets off the pit? Yes. Barely. As you see Kanzi bumping the wall there. And we're going to fast forward to Meade, who has a great lead on Kanzi and the rest of the field, as we're going to fast forward to lap 30 for a little bit. And here we are. We got Meade up in first. And I think behind him is actually Mike 88, who's a couple laps down. Yeah, it is, as Kanzi bounces off the wall again, driving the wheels off that thing. Has 3 laps to come. 3 laps to go in the race. So Ryan's first, Kanzi's second, King is third, Shag is fourth. He actually pitted, but he pitted too soon and his tires were just going. So as King's trying to run down Kanzi for second, and pretty much Amp and 88 and One Fast Evil and Boogeyman are a couple laps down at least. So they're pretty much eliminated from competition right now, unless a miracle happens and some shit goes down. But they're pretty much done. As you see Shag here trying to catch up to King, but I don't think he'll do it. As he comes here and his car's all banged up, as he drifts through the fucking Silver Cane. And here's sideways with, I don't know who's behind him. It could be One Fast Evo or it could be Amp, but really not too sure on that. As Sideways had a good car all race long, but not going to get the show. As here's Boogeyman in 6th place. Pretty far from Sideways. So, yeah, as you see, here's Kanzi up to second, and fucking King closing in. As you see, One Fast Evil, he's on lap 28, so he's 2 laps down. And he's pretty much sealed in 7th place right now. As we're going to go to Mike 88, who's on lap 28, and he's pretty far from One Fast Evil, who's also 2 laps down. As we're going to jump right back to fucking Mike Kanzi and see how King are doing, as that looks like the only reasonable position right now that could be in jeopardy. As King is closing in on Kanzi 1, 2, 3 with 2 laps to go. As you see, here's Michael Wantrip drifting on the straightaways, almost losing the car, sliding around like hell, but he's 2 laps down as well. As you see Kanzi here, we're looking on board from Kanzi to King, and you see the gap. So here's King on board as he cuts that corner in, and he's closing. He smells 2nd place, but can he get there? As we go up to the leader, who has almost half of a track lead on Kanzi and King. As we're going to watch this battle here, as King bumps Kanzi a little, and they're going to come to the white flag this time. And here they go. Who is it going to be? It's either going to be King or Kanzi for second, as Ryan Meade looks like he's going to get another win this season, as King goes under Kanzi in the turn 1. But can Kanzi come back as King passes Kanzi? I don't know if he can. As he overshoots the turn, takes the high ride, they're side by side as King goes by, and Kanzi just nips the wall at the right angle to slow him down enough to fuck up. As King's pretty much going, and there's 4th place Shag, who's pretty far behind Kanzi and King, so it looks like this is the only reasonable position once again. As they're going, King looks like he's pulling away from Kanzi as Kanzi bumps the wall one more time. There's Shag, who has only 3 corners left to go. As King looks like he's pulling, as the onboard view from Kanzi shows, coming to the little fucking bus stop area or whatever, as Kanzi really fucked up and nailed the wall, and that would pretty much seal it, as there's Ryan doing donuts and shit past the line, knowing he's won. Here are the results. as it looks like Canty will finish third and King will get second.